You are listening to CrossTalk, a safe place to discuss addiction, recovery, harm reduction, and everything in between. Support for this podcast comes from the Kentucky Opioid Response Effort and Advocates of Recovery. Content and production by the team at Turning Point Recovery Community Center. Now, buckle up and get ready for the show.
Welcome everyone to CrossTalk Recovery, the recovery podcast that supports all forms of recovery. I'm Matt Lewis, and I'm here with...
Oh, I'm next. Brandon Fitch.
I thought we all knew we were doing.
Nathan Brockett.
And Sam Peterson.
Welcome, gentlemen. Lots of emotions today.
Yeah.
You know, mostly happy,
really
glad.
You know, I haven't
celebration.
Let the party start.
Yeah, we've been working together for quite some. Really? Why do you have that?
I didn't. I just never. I still haven't memorized the button.
But is that the Jason theme?
Yeah.
Or the Halloween theme?
Yeah, I think so.
Like that.
You know, I've been working with you a long time, and I haven't seen you smile as much as you have in the past.
He's thrilled.
3 weeks.
I am not thrilled.
Oh.
I'm not thrilled. I'm happy for Brandon.
Right. You've been practicing that all day, haven't you?
In the mirror and everything.
Four. Yeah.
It's been fun to watch. You know, things like Nathan wanting to go for Brandon's job, so he'll do anything Brandon says right now.
Terrible, right?
That was going on way before this.
It's a test. I
won!
It's a test.
Well, to clarify, I guess, Brandon has...
Let's get everybody else in on the joke. Right?
Yeah. Brandon is leaving us, bigger and better things, and Nathan is stepping into his position. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Well, by the time this airs, hopefully that you may have to cut all this out.
Didn't happen. Wah, wah. But yeah, good things, man, and that's what recovery is all about, right? That we're supposed to continue to be moving forward and grow, and he's going to help more people, and he's earned this spot from his hard work. So we're proud of him and happy for him, and same for Nathan. You know?
Yeah.
So we're just here to wish him farewell and give him a hard time and laugh. And, you know, the farewell podcast that we've done for Sam.
Yeah.
Did we do one for Nathan too?
No.
It was a Christmas podcast.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. I dove off. And here I am. Welcome back.
But me, the only constant here at Turning Point.
There's other things in life that are constant
That's
too.
what I was
and
just about to say.
I said it at Turning
It's
Point.
like constipation.
No, I think chronic. Is that the word we're looking for?
Chronic illness?
Yeah.
Anyway, Brandon, tell us all about your what you want to tell us about your native.
So after 5.5 long years here at Four Rivers Behavioral Health, I've decided to accept a position with the state of Kentucky. So, you know, for the last, several years, I got to watch us grow. I got to watch and talk and meet with the people at the state level, and just became really just admired the work that they did. I saw that they were able to make a broader impact, and I really wanted to be a part of that solution. So, I looked for the right position. They also felt like it was the right position for me and offered me the job. So I can think of no other opportunity that I think would help me grow and benefit my recovery. And why not? Because I can also help other people through that process. So, I mean, I think it's just a great opportunity. You know, the really cool thing is that the day before that I got the phone call, to offer me the position, was my 7-year recovery date. Mm-hmm. You know, and I didn't know I was going to get the call the next day. Of course, I've been waiting on pins and needles for a year. It felt like anxiety through the roof. Constantly thinking, "Am I good enough? Am I good enough? Am I good enough?" But I celebrated that 7-year mark, and I reflected the next day. I was like, 7 years before that, I was, in jail, owned, literally. I was a state inmate, owned by the state of Kentucky, in a sense. And then that very next day, I was offered a position to work for the executive cabinet, and I thought that was just really mind shattering that their belief in people like us, giving us second chances. I think that's just really, really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you to tell that story too, because you told that to us when you told the entire staff, and some of the girls were crying, and I was trying really hard to cry, and you were crying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a touching moment and a touching story. What?
Great,
I was being serious.
Were you?
People were crying, but no, the story is really cool though. I mean, to have that, to be so close to each other in the 7 years, a day apart, and to see where you've come in that time. I mean, that should be nothing short of a great encouragement and an example to anyone in recovery who's looking and watching and wanting to do better things.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an example of exactly what somebody wants to do. It is my path. It is what fuels me. It's my passion. And I hope people can look at this and say, if he can do it, why can't I? Mm-hmm. Right? It may not be work for the state. That may not be what their goal is. But if he can make those steps, if he can do those things, then why can't I? And whatever their path is, we look at recovery as striving to reach your full potential. And everybody's full potential is different. My idea of success may be different than another person's success, but this is something that's going to make me feel whole, and make me continue the work that we're doing. And lo and behold, open up spots for you guys to grow too, because I'm out of here in that sense. And I think that's good too, though. Honestly, change is good. Change is good. Change is important. Change is uncomfortable sometimes. But it gives you guys an opportunity to make this your place. It's always been our place, but now it's going to be your place too. So I'm really excited to see how well you do. Don't mess up.
They're going to burn it down.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to see how, because you and all the rest of the staff who are not here, we have other people that work for Turning Point, believe it or not, other than it's on this podcast.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to see how you guys have become a family, and to see how you guys are going to take this to, I would say the next level or your own level. I think that's important. We keep telling Nathan, just keep the boat floating for a year, right? Keep it floating.
Water wings.
Yeah, and then see if you want to grow and expand. And I think that is just so cool because you guys have the tools. You guys have shown over and over again that you're capable of doing this, and I'm excited to see you guys prove that right. Yeah. The pressure's on.
Yeah, man. They always say leave a place better than you found it, and I truly feel like you have done that. With how much we've grown and all those things along the way. And we are going to miss you, even though we're going to give you a bunch of crap today, probably along the way. But
I expect nothing less. Nothing less.
Because like you said, we have become like a family over the course. For the people who don't know, like we all three were in treatment slightly behind each other, and you were slightly before us, and it's just kind of worked out awesome. And we've been all here doing it together for a long time, and it's nice. Recovery is possible.
Anything is possible. I mean, that's the thing. Based on your willingness and effort, that's the example you're setting. That's what we're trying to set. Feel like Nathan's going to rise to this challenge. I know he's nervous and scared, and yes, keep the boat floating. But I believe like he's always having crazy ideas. You just start applying, like make some of them actually see them through.
Do you mean creative?
Yes.
You be creative. That's what I meant.
He's saying what I'm thinking. You know me so well.
This is your future leadership.
Yeah, no, that's what I keep reminding him of that.
Yeah, let's hear from future leader
Nathan.
Well,
this could be two parts in this podcast.
Don't you think that Nathan should have to tuck his shirt in every day?
And shave your head.
Man, it's just gonna fall out. You got to follow your example, and you have to fill the shoes. The first way you do that is shaving your head.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing. Look, you're gonna want to shave your head as gray as you're gonna go.
It almost looks.
How bad how gray's gotten in the last year.
Oh,
Like now
right,
with this
man.
level
He's
of
exactly
anxiety,
10 years younger than me, and like we're on the same page over here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bad choice on the white lighting. You should have went for that gold.
Distinction, I hear. Is
Yeah.
that what they say?
He's like 14 years younger than me.
Yeah.
I think we all are, right?
I'm the baby. That's okay. No, stepping into this position, there's a lot of nerves involved in it because this is the biggest thing I've ever done. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was in the military. I've been all over the world, but this opportunity means so much more to me than getting a promotion in the military or things like that. Like this is going to give me a greater base to be a part of helping our community. And that's really what I think about it as. And it's a lot of pressure because, of course, I don't want to screw up. I want to be, I want to follow his lead and emulate a lot of the things he's done, but I can never be him. That, and I know that. But, I can honor Turning Point as a whole by keeping the boat afloat, not having crazy ideas so much, but, staying true to the fact that I'm here to help. And that's what it's always been for me. It's never been about notoriety or money, any of that. It's because I want to help, and I want to do what the people that came before me did for me. And hopefully in this position, I can do that on a greater scale. That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Since it's not for the money, can we and Matt have
just
half your
split
salary each?
Well, I do have kids, No.
No, I know what you're
Well,
saying.
yeah,
buddy, but-
dude, we definitely did not start doing this for the
No,
money. That's
yeah,
for
right.
sure. But yeah, man, I think you're gonna do a great job.
So everybody keeps telling me.
I mean, I think you're gonna
See,
do a
There's always
great
the
job.
thing.
They don't, yeah, and you need to hear this kind of stuff because
I'm
it'll be weird if it
sure
wasn't.
you'll be great.
No, and you're never. That's the thing. The people that you follow, you're never going to be them.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. You can take bits and pieces of what you liked about that person or admired, because there's parts of me that you don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Promise you.
Bald.
Yeah, hey, easy now. But you're going to be you, and I think that's going to be uniquely you. I think you're gonna bring your own level of leadership and different characteristics, and people are going to appreciate that. There's people that like Max followed Thelma. He will never be Thelma. He's going to be Max, right? And Center Point, and they are their own person. And I think that's what makes this great is because you can hire a person, you can teach them certain things, but the one thing that you cannot replace or train is passion. And I think that's what you have. I have it. You all have it, is passion and compassion and empathy.
Right.
And that's what makes us successful in this business because it's stressful.
Yeah.
It's tiring. It's overwhelming. You got people in recovery trying to keep their own lives together while managing people in recovery trying to keep their lives together while they're trying to support people in recovery or needing recovery, trying to get their lives together. And then that's a lot on our shoulders. So that passion pushes us through. That passion is far more important than the financial aspect of it. And it's also what keeps us motivated. It's what keeps us happy. It's what keeps us satisfied. And I think for a lot of us, I think that's what keeps us sober.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's those reminders, and it's us giving back constantly and rewarding. Money helps.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Don't be confused. Money helps. I mean, we want to enjoy the hard work,
Right.
and enjoy the benefits and all that. But I think we could have all at one point in time say that we could have taken positions outside of this field.
Oh, yeah.
And made more money.
Right.
Yep.
But how long would that last? How happy would we be? This is an opportunity for us to stay sober, to be happy, to be satisfied, and make changes. I mean, significant changes in the world. We took away so much for so long. Well, now we're giving back, and people are listening. People are taking our advice, and we're making policy change. All these things are happening because we have the passion.
Yeah.
And that's important. So be you.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. You want to know something? My biggest issue with meetings is despite their name, they're never about me. Here at Turning Point, all of our meetings are for you and about you. We have meetings at least 3 times a day, 7 days a week. We are located at 415 Broadway, Paducah, Kentucky. Call 270-444-3621 for more information.
Did you know that recovery from substance use disorder and mental health go hand in hand? That is why the caring and compassionate mental health professionals at Four Rivers Behavioral Health in Paducah are here to help you find your balance. They are proud of you for making the changes necessary to live a healthier life and would love to see you reach your full potential. Give them a call at 270-442-7121 or stop by the downtown location at 425 Broadway in Paducah, Kentucky.
Phone over
Is
there
that
in the
you?
corner is just
Wow.
going ballistic.
So
I thought I turned it on
unprofessional.
silent, you know what I mean? But it's all the way over there. And
Like
it's
I thought I didn't have to give the spiel with you guys.
Yeah, well-
Phone's on silent.
You especially have to get this deal with us.
so for everybody that's hearing that ding in the background, that is completely my fault.
You know,
Just to
they
annoy Matt.
all check their phones too. They're listening to this or watching this. They're like, is that Facebook Messenger? Is it Messenger?
I bet it's the Turning Point group chat would be my
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, it's going off in my pocket.
Somebody
I've
might
already
be
muted
panicking
it.
right now. We're just ignoring the crap out of it.
I'm sure it's nothing important.
How do you
Chastity
stand
is
this?
fine, all by herself.
You may have to edit this out too. Make sure there's no active shooter or anything, right?
There's a phone in here, I think. Well,
Yeah, that's over there. I don't even know if it's hooked up.
It's not the group message, I don't think.
okay.
I think we're good. Nope, it might be the group message. Yep.
Amanda stepped in glue again.
I don't think that's glue.
Is she stuck in Mayfield?
Yeah, that's got to be glue, right?
I don't think that's glue. Is she in, the glue is green.
That's not blue.
That's brown.
Who is that? Is
That's
that Chastity?
what has happened?
Well,
There's no context. get her permission to share that picture so they know.
yeah, we'll put it up.
You're gonna lose.
You're gonna have to watch this.
whole
And
podcast
we're gonna
in
send
the
you a
end.
picture, and it's gonna be. We don't know what it is.
We're
yet.
gonna find out.
Maybe
yeah.
poo.
It might be. It's glue or
Be
poo.
warned, it could
There
be
you
poo.
go. Title of the podcast.
Yeah.
Farewell, Brandon. It could be poo.
Wow.
Off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah. We live off the rails. So, Brandon, keys to success, 3 major points. Advice for the person early in recovery on what has powered you to get to this point. Keeps you
I really
moving
feel like there
forward.
should have been a preparation for this.
That's like a really professional question from Matt. Did you just spell my homework? What did that happen?
You threw me off twice.
Trying to
there.
jump on the rails.
Number
again.
one, you enunciated.
Yeah.
That threw me off.
He said.
Your keys to
through.
success, and could you tell me all about it, please? Thank you.
Did you say there's 3 points? Is there any bullets?
I'm asking for at least 3.
At least 3.
Maybe
Okay.
there's 7.
Is this a rapid fire answer? Okay. Keys to success.
You don't have to answer it. Listen, I just thought.
Let me get him out of my pocket.
Trying to change the subject is what you're trying
No,
to do.
I'm trying to give you an opportunity to encourage people and give us some advice on your way out the door.
Okay.
So backhand.
Just put him on the spot. Just like,
I mean, he's got to get used to this, You never know. They might have a microphone in his face. Brandon, tell us about.
I'm not going to be in that role. No. Keys to success. Consistency. I think the one thing that we lack as people when we're in active use, right? Active substance use. I think it's consistency. And I say that consistency doing good things.
Right.
Okay. Because we were consistent about doing bad things. But I think one of the keys to success is consistency.
Talk about enunciating.
I know. I got a little sinus problem
Jinxed
too.
yourself.
So I'm going to say less consistency. And I'm going to say keep on
That's
doing the
awesome.
same thing over and over again. Consistency. Trying to be doing the same good stuff over and over again. If you're going to get up every single day, get up at a good time. If you're going to make your bed every day, make your bed every day. Get into a routine. I think that's a huge thing for us as we lacked consistency. And in doing so, we're creating a stable life. Find the people that you trust and stay consistent with them. Places that you trust and stay consistent with them, because then we have people that we can go to on a regular basis. And don't put those people up on a pedestal too high. That being said, we've seen so many people that really lose all their faith in recovery because that one person that they've idolized It could be me. Could be Sam. Could be any of us, right? You idolize those individuals and don't put them up too high on a pedestal, and be graceful, understanding if they fall, and don't think that that's a sign of the entire recovery community. This is the nature of recovery. It happens to certain folks, right? It's the message is trying to stay true to yourself and move beyond that. Take those little bits and pieces that you respected out of that person and move forward and utilize those and focus on those. The third one, I can't think of a third one right off the bat.
Well, that's pretty good too.
A good haircut.
A good haircut or no haircut. No,
A good ball joke.
You know, and there's was it Rule 62? Is that right?
Yep.
Don't take yourself too dang seriously. And I think that's good, but I also think that some people don't need to focus on that rule because there's some of us that come in who don't take ourselves seriously enough. So I think it's about finding that good common ground. I mean, your recovery is going to be different than somebody else's recovery. But at least take yourself seriously enough to believe that you deserve serious things, good things. You know, I think that's really important because sometimes we get so comfortable in just getting enough to get by. I think we all should strive to better ourselves on a daily basis. Always put a goal that's just slightly out of reach and go for it. You know, and I think that's important. Some people are happy settling with what they've got, and I think that's great. I think that's good. But at the same time, there's all kinds of goals we can have in life. It may not always be financial. Try to strive for something a little bit better. And I think that's a good goal to have. And it could be health, home, purpose, community. We know those though, right? But it could be all those things. It could be getting a new wardrobe one week, or it could be reading a book. You know, strive for some little goals to improve yourself. It could be more self-care. And you know, I think probably when I first said that, you guys all thought jobs, finance, right? Maybe. But I think it's multifaceted. The fourth thing.
Oh wow! Above and beyond.
All right.
But I think this is what we
consistent at least.
Yeah, consistent.
Consistency.
And I think the fourth thing is we have all learned this in Turning Point in Four Rivers. And I preface this because you don't know what I'm going to say. There is no one pathway to recovery.
Right.
There is no, and this is something that we've all probably can admit that we failed to understand in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I think I know that I failed to understand that in the beginning because my pathway worked for me, and it didn't work for other people. But I had this idea because it was told to me at some point in time, not by anything here, but just amongst other people and other groups, that this was the best way to do it. And it was the best way for me. We get to see people find their own path to recovery. There are multiple ways to get to not a finish line, but we like to say pathway of recovery, because it is a journey. The whole thing is a journey. And don't discount yourself if you didn't take the same pathway as somebody else. If your pathway includes medication for opioid use disorder, you're in recovery. You are in recovery. And if you say you're in recovery, and don't let anybody tell you any different. And there's going to be people that listen to this and say, nope, that's not recovery. BS, that is recovery. And we're proud of you for being in recovery for that. If you went through jail, or if you didn't go through jail, if you decided to quit on your own and get into recovery on your own, that's recovery. If you went through jail and being forced to do it and stayed clean or sober, those are words that we are careful to use, just long enough to get your parole papers, you're in recovery, right? It's a pathway to recovery. There's all kinds of aspects of growing in there. Some of us grow differently. But I think as long as you're working on yourself through that process, that was me. I went through the judicial system, through jail, made parole, and I sat there about halfway through that process of just trying to white knuckle it long enough to get my parole papers. Something clicked. And it went even to the next level for me. But I was in recovery the whole time. Just didn't realize it. Because nobody told me I was. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
There's your answer. Did I take up the
Number
whole podcast?
5?
Nope, I'm done.
No.
You'll have to subscribe.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they asked me when I thought recovery started, and I said, as soon as you start doing something different.
Yeah, different. It's a process of change. Change.
As soon as what that looks like, it could be anything. It could be using safer and utilizing an SSP or any of those things. That's I mean, that's when I look back at when my recovery started, it started in 2013. Now we like to go by, you count years and, which is great. It gives you something, to look forward to. But like, it really started in 2013 because that's when I started learning about recovery, and I was willing to set in a treatment center for the first time, even though I was not happy about it, but like, as soon as you decide you wanted to try something different, I think that's when you're in recovery. Personally.
And it's not up to anybody to decide other than you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's anybody else's opinion on if you're in recovery or not does not matter.
No.
I mean, they're not vetting you, right? It's up to you to decide that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good stuff. Important for people to know. This is the thing. Like we're trying to show people that there's hope. No matter what, no matter where you're at, keep trying, keep pushing, keep searching.
Takes what it takes.
Yeah, exactly.
So how excited are you to get rid of the three?
No, you know what I told Sam? I was like, you make editing the podcast really easy because I know when you're about to talk, you always take a huge breath.
Camera pan.
Or I never know how long I'm going to talk for,
Or it's a... So what was your question again?
I said, all right, so are you excited about losing us three so you don't have to keep us in line anymore, It's been a full-time job for the last 4 years.
It has been, yes, yeah. No, I'm not excited about losing. I mean, you guys have become more than coworkers or staff. You guys are my friends,
right?
Matt, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Matt's like,
I made it.
I'm in a circle.
The fact that this man is safe for public consumption in any form or fashion is
That's
a testament.
One of your proudest things.
I don't think it was just me, but I think I was a part of it. Like I'm taking
go get his credit.
Yeah, I'm taking partial credit. I mean, you've had a lot of sounding boards, and the fact that we're able to put you on air,
crazy
with minimal edits. There's been a few, and we know what those are, right?
Yeah.
But that's I'm not. I think it's going to hit me more when I'm gone, because I won't be able to have these conversations
in the car ride by itself.
Yeah. I mean, it's bittersweet. It's so bittersweet because I'm so excited, about the new opportunities and the adventure of what I'm getting ready to do, because I don't really know for sure all of what's going to be involved. More to come, right? But I'm excited about it. But at the same time, this has been my home. You guys have been my home for the past 6.5 years. And I say 5.5 here at Four Rivers, another year as a peer mentor at Centerpoint, and then another year, 6 months before that as a client. It's bittersweet. Like I said, it's not hitting me quite yet. I know it's going to in the next few days, and but we'll get there. We'll get there. I know you guys are probably going to miss.
I'll miss our end of day back and forth, when I'm trying to leave early and you're trying to make me stay another 5 minutes. I'll really miss that.
Yeah, I mean,
the talks by the dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've missed those for a while now. We'll be right back.
Hey, y'all. Did you know it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland because they get lonely? Here at Turning Point, we don't want you to ever be lonely either. That's why we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Always feel free to come hang with our friendly staff, and don't forget your guinea pig. We're located at 415 Broadway Street, downtown Paducah.
One thing I have always wondered is who put the alphabet in alphabetical order. At Turning Point, our goal is to help you put your life back in order. If you struggle or have struggled with substance use disorder and are in need of help, come see us at 415 Broadway Street, Paducah, Kentucky, or call 270-444-3621 and sign up for peer support services with one of our friendly staff who have lived experience with addiction. Hope to see you soon.
you know, Matt doesn't move very fast. There's a couple different scenarios. A, somebody's called and said there might be somebody passed out in the parking lot. He runs out the door with Narcan.
That's right.
Good. That's
Good. That's a good response. And I didn't see that until the other day. And the other one is you can hear him tiptoeing up the stairs. And when I say tiptoeing, it's like ding, 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 little quick little tiptoes up the stairs, and it's a happy tiptoe. And then you know that Matt's like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and head on out early, okay?
Took a 45-minute lunch.
Took a 45-minute lunch.
Yesterday I took a 30-minute lunch.
Yeah,
and I was like, Mom's birthday.
Yeah.
So you're gonna miss all that. You know, now there's gonna be no one to stop me.
I just like to make excuses so you'll stay here. Like yesterday,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ended up working out because then a guy walked in that I was able to tell about our program and connected with, and hopefully he's going to come back.
Yeah.
So
You see what happens when you work your scheduled hours?
Yeah. Scheduled hours are that for a reason, you know?
You do your job.
Yeah.
No, we love Matt.
Your sunny disposition wouldn't have been here on display if you hadn't been here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. It's all good things for everybody, man. I'm excited for the future, man. I'm for all of us,
Yeah.
and because like I truly like what you said earlier. For me, recovery very quickly became about body, mind, and spirit. Like seeking that perfection, seeking that better version of myself, not just staying sober, and you know, but to try and improve in all aspects of my life, and you know. That looks different for me, you know. I'm sure you guys think I still have a long ways to improve, and I do. But you know, that's the great thing about it is like when my goal is perfection, I know I'm never going to achieve that, but at least I've always got something to be working towards. So I'm excited for the next stage, the next level, and I sure hope to keep in touch with you. Hope you don't change your number too quick, you know.
Too quick.
Or at least give us the new one.
No.
They'll have two phones. It'll be like the one with us on will be at home.
I'll give you a WhatsApp number. It's going to be that.
I think where he's going to be working is got like
Won't
a
even
main
be
number, don't they?
Facebook
We gotta
friends
be
anymore.
Hold of him.
Just call and ask for him.
We know people at the state too.
Yeah,
you know. They'll give us his number.
There's your phone going
I
off.
know.
Was that the answer to what
obviously
it
there's an
was?
emergency going on.
I mean, apparently it's hit the fan over there. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it looks appropriate.
Yeah.
Either that or she's, I don't know. I don't know. No, I believe that you guys, when I say you guys, okay, just for everybody listening and watching, there's more than the guys that are here. There's plenty of other demographics that work for Turning Point, you know. But I think that you all are going to do a great job. You all have dealt with me, and you know, for the past several years, you guys have grown. You guys have learned how to do things. You got the recovery walk coming up, which this is going to be a cheap plug for the recovery walk, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Coming up on what day? Are you ready to announce?
June 7th.
June 7th.
Yeah.
You know, and we've made that a success. I was telling Nathan, this is one of the biggest events that we've had at Four Rivers ever. That Four Rivers has had ever, not Turning Point, Four Rivers. And it's grown and grown and grown. And you guys got this. You guys got this. You know the routine, and you guys are going to succeed. I know that. I completely trust that. Because if not, I'm just going to call and say, you know what, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
That's terrible.
Special guest speaker Brandon Fitch.
I'll zoom in too.
Department of something,
From
something,
WhatsApp.
something,
Yeah,
something,
big
something.
Yeah. If I do, and for the record, because I know this is going to come out after I'm actually my first day up there, I do know the department name or the branch name. I do. I just, you know, don't want to mess it up as I say it, because I know that Matt is petty enough that he won't edit that out. And he'll put it on replay or repeat. You could do like 20 minutes of him going,
Actually, your title is going to be the title of the podcast.
Oh my! It's gonna be a long time.
That's great. No, it's good stuff.
I'm gonna try it. It's the Adult Substance Use Treatment and Recovery Services branch. That is the branch within the Division of Substance Use Disorder within the Department of Behavioral Health and Intellectual Disabilities within the Cabinet for Health and Family Services in the executive branch for the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, something.
I went backwards.
We'll go back.
You do it backwards, yeah. It's probably going to say something.
You're gonna have to study that for a while just to make sure you get that off the tip of your tongue. That's a lot.
I think
Is there an
once
acronym for that?
There is, but it's not one that just sounds right. Like CORE, right? There's an acronym for CORE, Kentucky Overdose Response Effort, CORE. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I know how to say this one correctly. So,
All right.
I learned we did an interview with Women's Health magazine the other day, and I was talking about kratom. I kept saying the word kratom, and then she's from New York, and the editor was from New York, and she said it's they call it kratom, but they also call it kratom. I'm like, I've never heard it called kratom. Mm-mm. And then I looked it up, and I had Google say it for me, and how it was said pretty much all over the United States, and it was kratom. I'm like, we've been saying it wrong this whole time. So
It's the Kentucky way, I guess.
Down south here, so
We draw it out, just draw it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard kratom.
Yeah. Well, now you have. Yeah.
Learn something new every day. Thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome. It's the more you know. It's the more you know. So what do you think you're going to be able to get away with now that I'm not here?
Here we go.
Listen, I don't try to get away with anything.
He
just does.
Yeah, you just do.
Do you think you will get caught as much trying not to do things that you do?
See, here's the thing.
Here we go. Go ahead.
You might as well just said, what happened was.
Like, part of the things that I try to do that annoy her is because I think that we have fun doing it. Honestly, I'm only doing it so that we can have our little spats.
That's it. That's the only reason, so he can get you in conversation. That's all.
Yeah. Just prodding the bear.
What was it that I forget. We were having
something up that you don't know about right here.
What
was that I did the other day?
Something out,
The other day I was saying something to you, and you were like, "Wow, you almost sounded sincere when you said that." And I was like, "Yeah, I've been practicing that."
No, I mean, I don't think we have to name a particular thing that was said. It was the fact that you almost sounded sincere.
Yeah,
I think that was the rarity. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everything's gonna be great.
It's fine. Everything's great. It's fine. Nothing's wrong.
With Nathan, I know that I'm gonna have to be in more of a support role.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much carrying him through his new role.
Yeah.
So.
No. I have a little bit more faith in myself than that.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be me on one side and Sam on the other.
Yeah, just keeping him in the lane. Yeah, keeping him from going off the rails.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
crazy.
Should take his phone away from him occasionally.
You know what's crazy is that
Tuck your shirt in.
I'm probably the most distracted one of the bunch, and y'all put me in charge.
Yeah,
they didn't.
We didn't do it.
They didn't do
For
anything.
anybody
But
that's
we're
listening.
sticking around to watch the boat float.
Yeah, he was about to say the train wreck.
Yeah.
well, one or the other,
Yeah.
It's all on you, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that, distracted, yes, but I think that you also bring with you, and I'm not going to mention, what that title could be, but a level of energy.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes a hyper-focused or
I
easily
was going to
distracted
say
energy.
hyper-focused with a twitch.
Energy.
Probably twitched on the podcast.
You will be soon. If your nerves get to you, you're going to be.
I have
even
been
more.
over the past couple days.
Yeah. So.
But I feel supported, and that,
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you
a
are.
little freaked out. Feel supported though.
Again, make sure that the board approves everything before you air this.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like, "What is this dude talking about?"
He don't even work here anymore.
In charge of what?
Yeah.
Why are we supporting him again?
Yeah, I think the board meetings happens way before this will air. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you nervous about that?
I'm a big ball of nerves all the time for the past
I think
2
me
weeks.
Man, you should go into that meeting, right?
Yeah, I got an email.
Would it be weird if I showed up? Would it be weird?
Yeah, it would be.
Y'all got any of that promotion in there?
I really will be there, but I got to show my van to our van
Be
to somebody.
texting me like, Nathan, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
No, I'm
That's that self-doubt. I mean, I'm telling you, it's that self-doubt.
bad. I put up a good front, I promise, but it's bad. You know what I mean? But I speak on it because that's a reality. But that gives me something to rise above.
I think it's humility too. I think part of it's self-doubt, but the other part's humility. And I know you're looking at me going, you don't have any humility. And a lot of my outward confidence is usually masking something else. And Sam and I have had a lot of conversations about that, but, it's just preparing ourselves for the worst possible scenario because we've experienced the worst possible scenarios, right? And that's a scary situation to go into. Like, do I deserve this? Yes, I deserve this. Are they going to let me deserve this? We're going to find out, but we've had a lot of bad things happen, and we've been through hell, and we understand what that's like. So we're expecting at any point in time in our lives for that to happen again, whether it's our fault or not, right? Yeah. But we deserve these things. You deserve these things. You deserve these things. And I think that's the difference today. And they're giving us an opportunity to prove it. And if you don't deserve it, you're going to get an opportunity to earn it.
I know. When I came back to work here and I had to wait on the board for approval, it was a tough couple weeks there waiting on that board date,
Yeah.
And people are telling you, it's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah, they do.
You never know.
I don't know until I'm signing that paper.
Right.
It's not anything can go wrong at any moment, So
It's just, I feel honored to even be in that kind of conversation, though, knowing the background I come from and things like that. So that's the most awesome part of this whole experience.
You're trustworthy to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have friends that support me. It's only been like 5 years that I've actually cared about people enough to keep them around this long. And turns out it's been the best decision I've ever made. You know what I mean? Not just getting sober and staying in recovery, but allowing people in my life, because now I have this solid support system for this next very important step in my life. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it by myself. So that means so much more to me than you guys will ever know.
Yeah. Maybe you need to retitle this to Farewell and Hello.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Farewell, Fisk.
Fisk.
Fisk? You said Fisk.
Why is that?
Consistency. Thought it was Farewell, Fitch.
It is.
You said Fisk.
Oh, you know what? I watched Daredevil last night.
I don't get it.
Kingpin is named Fisk.
Oh, so you literally... Oh, is that...
I thought you were just going to ignore the fact that you just messed up his name and just keep going.
So you didn't mess up my name. You were just referring to the
bald villain. But it was an accident. This just played really well.
Freudian slips are also accidents.
Yes, they are.
All right. Love you guys, man. I wish you all the best.
Congratulations,
check us out
Brian.
on,
Thank you.
YouTube.
Likewise.
Or listen to our audio versions on Apple, Google, Spotify.
Not on Google.
Apple, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music.
Yep.
And as always,
Stay
grateful.
Oh, we're going to do this.
We were going to
I know this is a new thing. Okay, ready?
Right. And as always,
Stay grateful.
That's so cheesy.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or in recovery and needs guidance, speak with Turning Point's team of peer support specialists by calling 270-444-3621. You are not alone, and we are proof that recovery is possible.